Hello, everybody. Welcome to our podcast, Future Visions. Today is a great day to talk about what will happen to the Earth in 3,000 years.
We have been in touch with some scientists, and today we are going to tell you some characteristics we might have in 3,000 years. Kata, please tell us about some human changes that we might have in the future, please.
Changes in humans are closely related to the condition they are in. So, since climate change will increase, temperature will increase too, and hair will not be necessary.
So, since we have no hair, we will lose a natural layer of protection against UV rays. This makes us more vulnerable to skin cancer, especially with the depletion of the ozone layer and the increased sun exposure.
That's right. So, what about with the technology?
The technology has made us adapt a bad posture. This is why we predict we will develop a big hump from being hunched over. Also, as the technology increases, so will do our screen time. So, Kata, tell us about the next change.
That is very worrying, but it's incredible and interesting. Also, for the technology, our eyes can change and adapt to the screen light. So, we will see people with more eye disease like myopia, changes in eyes, or sensibility to the natural light. That is incredible!
And I have other question. Will the sun be closer to the earth?
Yes, my friend, that is obviously, and that is important because it can cause a climate change that can affect our survivance and the survival of natural and other species.
That's right. So humans will search for new options like looking for other planets to live and combining the genes with other life forms that are better adapted to those conditions.
Well, so what happened with the air? The humans can survive?
Okay, as climate change and other factors lead to the extinction of more species, scientists might use genetic engineering to recreate the species that are necessary for Earth and our environment.
That's terrible, my friend. But the humans can revive extinct species, right?
Yes, actually it is possible to revive extinct animals. We could clone them by using genetic engineering, so the environment on Earth are not affected. And what will happen to the people? Will they develop robotic parts?
They could have access to robotic
What? That allow them to live longer or improve their physical and mental abilities.
We could see the emergence of humanoid beings that integrate artificial intelligence into their biology, genes, or ADN.
But it could also
increase the laziness in their lives since
they won't be making effort any longer.
That's right. People will benefit from different technologies like the artificial intelligence.
And what will happen with the integration of technology into genetics?
As the technology advances, it could become integrated into human genetics. This might include enhancement that improve physical or cognitive abilities, as well as adaptation that help humans survive in new environments or conditions.
And for food, humans could go through the process of selective breeding, selecting the best to survive and reproduce in animals. Also, other way in which we will be using selective breeding will be in agriculture.
Definitely in agriculture, my friend. It's going to mean crops that are more resilient to climate change and livestock with better productivity. We're talking about feeding a growing population more efficiently and more poor.
That's promising, but also there are some concerns too, right? Like the ethical implication of pushing traits too far.
Exactly. There's a fine line. If we focus too much on a certain trait, we could lose genetic diversity, and with animals, there's always the risk of compromising their well-being for human benefit.
That's powerful too, no doubt, but that one also requires careful considerations. The benefits are clear, but we have to navigate the risks and take risk wisely.
In conclusion, in 3,000 years, humans on Earth could face major changes. Climate change might lead to physical adaptation like losing hair, while technology could alter our posture and sight.
The technology could become part of our biology, improving our abilities, but also making us more dependent on it. Selective breeding could help us with the production of food and reviving extinct species, but also raise ethical concerns. The future presents both exciting possibilities and significant changes.
As the sun gets closer, humans might need to explore new planets or even blend the genes with other life forms.
To end this podcast, we will be using a phrase from Leonard I.
The future is not something you enter. The future is something you create. This is the end of the podcast. We are grateful for your attention. Goodbye.